Hey guys, okay, thank you first of all for sticking with us and sticking with me and the little bit of schedule change. The reason I changed the schedule a little bit is because last night, and I don't know if you saw me go live in the page, but last night I recorded a video about Facebook advertisements and boosting and Instagram and Snapchat and insights and how to manage all of your posts and how to create ads and how to link it to Instagram. And holy cow, that video was long. There's too much information. You guys were not going to get out of it what I wanted you to. So after doing all that work and recording the whole video, uploading it to YouTube, and then almost uploading it to the page, I decided, forget it. I'm going to need to redo this and break them all down into smaller subtopics so that you guys can get the information I want you to get from this. And so that's what we're doing. So this morning, we are only talking about Instagram and Snapchat. And there is a lot to talk about, especially with Instagram, in my opinion. Snapchat's a little bit more new, something that's developing, something people are just kind of starting to use, I think, for their marketing, for their businesses. So I'm going to give you guys, and don't mind me, I'll be referring, I have a bunch of notes here on Microsoft Word that I'm going to be referring to with some like statistics and stuff. So if you see my eyes wandering, it's because I've done some research and I want to be able to share some of these statistics with you to tell you guys why using all of these different social media platforms are so insanely important for marketing your brand. Okay, so we're going to start with Instagram. And I just want to say, first of all, that marketing, it's about reaching consumers to invoke a change in their lives or change in their behavior and giving them a call to action. So that's kind of like the bottom line with marketing. And that really works for us because we're fitness and health people, and we want to invoke a change in their behavior and leading a healthier and more fulfilling lifestyle. And so we want to use these social media platforms to market that and market our brand. And your brand will be slightly different from somebody else's brand. I'm not a mom. I am a grad student. I am a military wife. You know, I'm from Boston. That's my brand. My brand is you know, veganism, yoga. I don't really talk about being a military wife at all, but that's kind of who I am. Everyone's brand is just slightly different, but we are all looking to influence and change behavior, giving people a call to action to make them lead healthier lifestyles, okay? That's very important. So we need to be, in order to do that, we need to be where people are engaging in order to give them those call to action moments where they can make a change in their life and their behavior. We need to be where they're engaging. And so I have them written down too, so I might be back and forth. A few statistics for you as to why Instagram, or I might refer to it just as IG to be really quick, is so important, is that last year mobile media surpassed online media consumption for the first time ever, with more than 100 million daily online users, 1.6 billion daily likes, and 20 billion daily shared photos. And that's mobile, and that's not Facebook. That's so what we're saying here is that data is showing that people are slowly moving away from Facebook and into these mobile, easier, kind of more simplistic social media sites like Instagram, where people are focused on visual cues. So people are looking at like the clear visual stuff. It's just photos. It's very easy for people to be, you know, immediately hooked, very interested, double click and you like that photo. All you do is click follow and you're following that page. It's a very user-friendly site. It's very easy to get yourself out there very quickly. But, you know, it's tricky too, because you really do need to have that niche market where you're really like able to put yourself in there and have people want to follow you. You need crisp, clear photos. Something I'm thinking of investing in is a nicer camera, because my photos just aren't as beautiful as most people who are posting their vegan food, you know? So anyway, this is kind of funny. People are spending on average, the millennials, by the way, so people, you know, up to the age of 34 are spending 439 minutes a month average on Instagram. That's a lot. That's a lot more than most other social media platforms. Okay, so people are on Instagram. They are scrolling, which is funny because I feel like I go on Instagram pretty quickly. I feel like I do spend more time on Facebook, but maybe that's just because I run my business on Facebook. I think that's probably why. But the data is showing that people are moving away from Facebook and they're moving towards things like Instagram and Snapchat, some of these newer, more simplistic, easy to navigate social media sites. So if you are not marketing on Instagram, you are missing out. I really, really, truly believe that. I think Instagram is a really big deal. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Instagram and about influencers. So what are your influencers? I think the most powerful marketing comes from your friends, your family, someone you follow, somebody that you trust. These are your influencers. To reach the ideal audiences for your brand, you must connect with and utilize these influencers. The influencers have crafted and created their content to grow the following that they have. They create content for a product or idea that'll resonate with their audience, and it'll have a lasting impression. And you really just want to feel like you understand you know, where your target audience is, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Your typical influencer can reach upwards of 300,000 people with one single post, which is driving not only massive referral traffic to branded pages, but creating real-time advocacy, like at a huge, huge amount. They have the ability to tell a truly striking story in a mobile environment. And so it's important to collaborate with those people and tap into their abilities and help them work with you. So what you really want to do is, you know, work with these influencers and help them. I'm hoping I'm a little bit of an influencer in the fact that I know a little bit about Instagram and Snapchat, and I'm here trying to give you guys some of my pieces of information. But you really, really do want to work with these influencers to build your following and build your page. But it's important that you need to remember two things. So first of all, who your audience is. Make sure you're reaching your target demographic. It's not just about using these influencers, it's about using the right influencers at scale. So you want these people, you want to use the right people who are going to help you reach your target audience, your demographic. So you have to think about it and know before you even start this who your target audience is. You also want to make sure you're putting out transparent content. So you need to make sure your content is very easy to follow. It follows a trend. You know, I watched a YouTube video about someone who was saying, I wanted to get all these Instagram followers for my business, and I was using Instagram for my business, but I was also posting pictures of my dog and pictures of whatever. And she was like, it wasn't until I realized it had to always be about, and it was, I actually think it was yoga, that she always had to post consistently about yoga to maintain her following or to continue to grow her following, because that was why people followed her in the first place, was to follow her yoga journey, to watch, you know, her transform as a yogi. And people didn't really care to see about her dogs or her, you know, at home life. And Instagram had to become, if she wanted to run it for her business, it had to become solely focused on her business. I think that's important. And I took away a lot from that because I really, really mixed the two. My Instagram's not only health and fitness, it's my dogs and going out one night and hanging out with my husband and whatever. And so I feel like if I really, really want to create this following and reach the most people, I have to stay true to what I want that page to express to people. And if I want them to come to my page for health and fitness, that page has to always just have health and fitness. And I don't feel the same way for Facebook. So I don't want you guys to get confused. I know we're always talking about sharing your life. I think Facebook is great for that. It's much more of a community friendly, sharing everything that's going on in your life kind of place. I think Instagram needs to be crisp clear. If you look at these Instagram pages that have, you know, hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, they are not falling off track. You know, they're always posting about that specific market that they're looking to reach. Okay. And if you're thinking, I just don't think this is for me, I don't know, it's another social media, like that's difficult. How do I even maintain all these accounts? I am already worried about Facebook. I can't do Instagram. Look, Instagram is for everybody. If your brand is not on Instagram, it should be. It is so simplistic. It is one of the most personal mobile platforms. There's so much potential with the people that are there on there already, eager to connect with you. They can really connect with you on like a more intimate and tangible level on Instagram. I think that the very big difficulty that we all have is creating content for Instagram. I think that's the most thing. Visual imagery is key. I keep saying that. It's so key to tell a brand story, regardless of whatever industry it is, whether it's health and fitness or it's construction or, I don't know, landscape. I can't even think of anything. No matter what it is, I was looking at a thing at GE on Instagram and how they've grown their following to be so insanely massive. GE, I mean, if your brand isn't on Instagram, it needs to be. People are using this for marketing, for business marketing. And so I just want to quickly talk about and this is something that you're going to really have to play with on your own. This is not something that I can screen share with you and that we can kind of do together. This is something that, and I think it's so important. Okay, let me tell you, I think it's so insanely important that you watch YouTube videos. Yeah, go on YouTube. I'm telling you to watch YouTube videos. I'm telling you to spend an hour of your day for the next 5 days watching YouTube videos on how to market and advertise on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. That is my huge homework assignment for you. 30 minutes to an hour each day on how you're supposed to, or how people recommend that you advertise and market to people on these platforms, because I've been watching a lot of that since we got back from our annual Coaches Summit. I've been watching YouTube videos every single day, learning how to create a following on Instagram, you know, how I should best be using Snapchat to reach people for my business and not just, you know, screwing around with funny filters. I've been reading a lot on Facebook ads because, yes, it is worth the investment, and I want you guys to know that. I'm going to get into that later. And so I'm going to get into Facebook ads later. So don't even worry. I'm not even going to talk about that right now. But what I do want to say is that so stop stressing about having all these social media accounts. You can link your Instagram directly to your Facebook. I just set up my business profile on Instagram. So when you set up your Instagram, I will help you with that. It's very easy. It'll give you the option to make it a business. And then I linked it to my Facebook like page. So anytime I post on Instagram, I have the option of also posting that to my Facebook now. So instead of, and you don't have to, if you just want it to go to your Instagram, you can do that. Sometimes I do that, and then I'll post later on my Facebook page. But you can post to both. Very easy. Also, and I'll show you this a little bit later, but I won't be able to show you on Instagram. So when we boost posts on Facebook or we create ads on our Facebook, you can select a little thing that will allow you to have that also promote onto your Instagram. So I actually, while making this video last night, I boosted a couple of posts. And I boosted these posts, spent like, $5 each. And then I went on Instagram like 30 minutes later, not really even thinking about it. And I had 89 new likes and 18 new followers because I was boosting my posts on Facebook, and I totally forgot it linked to Instagram, and it was boosting those posts on Instagram too. That is awesome because it was targeting the same audience on Instagram that it was on Facebook. And that's who I want to reach. And that was really great. And so I'm going to show you real quick, try and hold my phone up. Just a photo of me with headstand. Okay, so this is my Instagram right here. And as you can see, since this is now a business page, you have the option to click promote. You can promote your photo. You can pay to reach more people in a specific audience on Instagram, and you can promote your photo. And then you can also click on the other side, view insights. Right here, I just clicked that little button on the other side, and it tells you exactly how many people have engaged with, how many impressions were made, how many people it reached, and the engagement on that post. The engagement could be a like, it could be a comment. This had 50 likes, 7 comments. And so if I wanted to promote that, I would just click promote. This is Instagram. So this is so easy. This is every single post you've ever done. You can just promote it. And you say, what do you want people to do? Visit your website or call and visit your business? And I'm going to do visit my website. And that pops up if you can see it. And this is where you select your audience. So you can go through and put all your own audience filters on there. If you're looking for moms, if you're looking for students, if you're looking for teachers, if you're looking for people who live in North Carolina, if you're looking for people who are vegan or people who love to eat meat, whatever you're looking for, you can select that audience. Then you select the total budget, and then you select the duration, how much you want to spend on that. Gary Vee was one of our speakers at our Coach Summit event. And Gary is like a no shit kind of person. He's like, listen, if you are not spending money on Facebook advertising and advertising on social media, so Instagram as well, you are making a huge mistake. And I know you're like, but I'm a new coach. I don't want to spend money on this advertising. And he made a good point that, you know, if you're new at this or you've been thinking about doing it forever, 5 months goes by, had you taken, you know, $1,000 and just put that into advertising, where could you be right now? And I'm not telling you to put $1,000 into advertising, maybe put $50 or $100 into advertising today and go through and just spend that money and put yourself out there and play around with it and take chances and see how many people you can reach. I think he's right, you guys. This is where it's going. There are people advertising the crap out of their businesses on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all these social media accounts, and you need to be in there too. You need to be in there engaging and putting yourself out there and reaching all of these people. Okay, so I believe that's kind of all I wanted to cover for Instagram. Instagram is something we're going to work on together over time. My biggest tip is to watch YouTube videos on how to gain followers. They tell you certain hashtags you should be using. And, you know, to being consistent, I think is the most important thing to gaining followers. If you're consistent, you will consistently gain followers. I have very slowly but consistently gained followers. So if you just stay true to your brand and you stay true to yourself and you post things that are clear and user friendly and exciting to look at, you want something to like stop you as you're scrolling, people will stop and look at it, double click, and they might just follow you. Okay, I'm hoping at some point you can like request to invite people to follow your page, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. That would be awesome because you could really gain a lot of followers that way, but I haven't seen that yet. Okay, I want to talk about Snapchat. Snapchat, the funny app that we all use to make ourselves look like dogs, old people, Olympic athletes, I think Madonna recently. Snapchat is one of my favorite apps that I was so reluctant to play with. One of my favorite apps that I was so reluctant to play with because it just seemed ridiculous. I mean, at first people thought that it was like, you know, going down the MySpace way with like creepy people and people sending nude pictures because they would disappear. Man, has it quickly transformed from that to a huge social media frenzy, and businesses are starting to go absolutely nutso advertising themselves on Snapchat because they're ahead of the game and Snapchat is the new thing. Okay, so get on Snapchat. Snapchat has over 100 million daily users and over 400 million daily snaps. It is currently the fastest growing social media network. So why aren't we on Snapchat? Because we're afraid of it, because it's new, because it seems silly, because you don't understand how you're going to reach these people. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to use Snapchat to market your business. It's important to note that 71% of Snapchat users are between the age of 18 and 34. For many of you, that might be your target audience. If it's not, you should be on there anyway, and you should be reaching people in that audience and above. But I do want you to know that 71% are between 18 and 34 years old. That's probably relatively obvious, but I just want you to know kind of who the audience is that you are engaging with. Okay, my notes. Okay, so I have like 5 tips to Snapchat and why I think and how they're gonna help you market your business. So first of all, Snapchat gives people the opportunity to be with you live. Mostly, almost entirely live, because you film and you post, and you film and you post, and it's immediate. So if you are at Coach Summit and everyone's like, I wanna see what she's doing at Coach Summit. I snapped the crap out of Coach Summit. I snapped everything. And I told people on Facebook and on Instagram, if you guys want to follow my adventures at Coach Summit, follow me on Snapchat, because they're going to get an inside look to what is going on, so much more so than any other social media platform that I use. On Facebook, maybe I'll post like 2 times a day, Instagram 2 to 3 times a day. You know, very well-crafted posts with a good video or a good photo and like a long description. Snapchat's just, hey, I'm here in real time. Look at this. Oh my God, look at the performer. This is amazing. It's Shanti. Shanti is talking to us. Snapchat is real time. It's real time. It's exciting. And you're probably thinking right now, but I didn't go to Coach Summit and I don't have any crazy exciting thing happening in my life right now. I get that. Not all of us are traveling the world in exotic places or going to these huge events where it's so exciting and people would want to follow us. So people just want to see your daily life. If you're a health and fitness coach, you don't want to post, you know, you making your Shakeology and you cooking your food and you doing all this stuff all day on Facebook and Instagram, but on Snapchat, you can. You can sit there with a silly filter on your face and show them exactly how you're blending your shake. Hey, I'm throwing a banana in and this in and this in, and you can put text in there and show them exactly what it is. And then you can do all this other fun stuff, and you can, you know, then you can just say, hey, guess what, guys? I'm about to go work out, and I'm going to do it live from my Facebook page. Go check out my Facebook page here. And then you're just going to put right there in text your Facebook link. And boom, your Snapchat users are migrating over to your Facebook page. And those Snapchat users might have come from your Instagram, because you might have shared on your Instagram, hey guys, I'm going to be working out live today on my Facebook page. Go check it out on Facebook. Or, hey, I'm going to be sharing my entire day, a day in the life of eating healthy and working out on my Snapchat. Go follow me. Then they're following you on Snapchat. Then they're following you on Facebook. And you want this, you know, triangle to keep connecting. You want these people to be following you on these platforms because they're all very different and unique. So anyway, number 1, it provides them access to live events. So live things that are going on in your life day in and day out. And I think all of this is going to kind of go hand in hand. But number 2, it delivers private content. This audience is getting, and I kind of said this audience is getting special content that like your Facebook and Instagram audience just isn't getting. Think about, like, I follow, because I'm interested in it, I follow a lot of supermodels because I think, and actors, I think it's so neat to see like what a day in the life of a supermodel or actor is like. And you can kind of see that in Snapchat. You can see what their life is like, what their actual like routine is like before they hit the runway or before they go on set or while they're on set. It's really neat for me. I love to watch that. And I hope that people want to see what my life is like behind the scenes, the private content that Instagram and Facebook isn't getting. And so I think being able to just share that private content with this very specific audience is really, really cool. A lot of like big companies are doing this. Everybody's doing it now. Everybody's on Snapchat. All the celebrities and major fashion brands and all these huge companies are on Snapchat because they want people to follow all this behind the scenes live stuff that's so exciting. Okay, number 3, you can offer like contests or perks or promotions on your Snapchat page. So maybe you can offer like a promo code for people who watch your entire Snap photo story, or maybe you can ask them to take a snap while holding your product, and all these people can, you know, win stuff by doing that. If they take a snap by holding your product, like a Beachbody item, Shakeology, whatever it might be, working out, maybe take a snap working out, and they can win certain things. Giveaways are really fun, and you can totally do that on Snapchat. Okay, number 4, take people behind the scenes. I kind of said this already, so I'm gonna just kind of further elaborate. Capture all of these day-to-day things, like how active are you? I love to capture, like, I'm always doing something. So I did yoga this morning, and then I'm going for a run, and then I'm taking my dogs for a walk, and then I'm going to be landscaping, and then I'm eating this really healthy meal. And you can really kind of show them everything about your day on Snapchat. I've kind of already talked about that, so I'm not going to. And now number 5, I think this is important because we just talked about influencers for Instagram. On Snapchat, partner with those influencers. Just like Instagram and other social channels, social media influencers on Snapchat can help spread your brand awareness and reach. If you partner with these influencers, you can spread awareness to a demographic that might be hard to reach through like your traditional media. You want to use influencers who are skilled in social media, people who already have a large following. So you want to pair up with some of these people and create really great video content. Just don't be afraid to, what I'm saying is don't be afraid to reach out to people who are doing really well on Instagram and social media and ask them to pair up together. Like you see people taking over each other's Snapchats for the day or for an hour. A lot of like celebrities will go on Jimmy Kimmel and say, I'm taking over Jimmy Kimmel's Snapchat. It's fun to pair up with people. Pair up with people. You guys are just going to be spreading awareness and reaching different demographics, reaching other people. And I think that that is important. So I think that Snapchat is just authentic. It's a very different platform. It can really make an impact with people that might be already following you on your Facebook or Instagram who just want a little bit more behind the scenes. They want to see more about your day. It also strengthens your brand's point of view with real-time marketing. So, all right, your number 1 homework assignment, and I'm going to end this. Your homework assignment, first of all, I want you to go ahead right now. And if you do not have it, I want you to go to the App Store and I want you to download Instagram and Snapchat. Okay? Download it right now. Now, it's free. Download it. Okay. And once you do that, I want you to start following me on Instagram. I also want you to start following me on Snapchat. And if you don't know how to do that, if you upload this app and you're trying to figure out what to do, comment in the comment section here and we're going to walk you through it. And you don't have to worry about adding any of your other friends for now. For the next few days, you and I, and Brittany as well, are going to play around with Snapchat and Instagram together. You're going to learn how to use it. You're going to learn how to use these filters and how to post and how to put text in your Snapchat and how to do all this stuff, how to share it and send it to people. We're going to practice that this week together in a safe space so that you can go out into the world and be super awesome Snapchat and Instagram butterflies next week, okay? But you got to do it now because Instagram and Snapchat are the real deal. This is where businesses are marketing. This is where people are putting the brand out there in hopes of reaching mass amounts of people, and you don't want to fall behind, okay? I really mean that. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on Snapchat. You need to be on Facebook. If you are taking this business seriously, if you really want to reach people and to really help these people make a change and you want to invoke a change in their behavior, if you really want to do that, you need to be on these social media platforms. And I'm telling you that. I really mean that. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up. And in the description here, you're going to see my social media handles. You are going to start following me and you're going to tell me yours and I'm going to start following you. And we are going to have a great time playing with Instagram and Snapchat this week. I hope this was helpful. There is so much to talk about when it comes to Instagram and Snapchat and even more to talk about when it comes to Facebook ads, boosting, and all that. So bear with me today. I'm going to try and get it all in today. If I need to kind of splice videos in tomorrow with more information, I will do that. the bottom line is I want to make sure that you guys have all the goodies and the nuggets that you need to be successful in this crazy social media world that we live in. So watch YouTube videos and download Instagram and Snapchat now. All right. Bye, guys.